It's happening, folks. The bats are here, and we're so very excited. We can see, I think you can see some of the bats starting to emerge. And you know what? It's just starting, folks. It's going to get more and more and more. We're just going to take a minute. Oh my goodness, and a hawk, a beautiful broadwing hawk is flying over. And how exciting. We're going to take a moment, folks, and just watch what's going on and listen. And we'll talk about it more in just a bit. Oh, look.
From the cave, and you can see this swirling vortex that's counterclockwise as they start pouring out. Now, this is going to get more and more intense as more and more bats are pushing their way out of the cave. So they've got to climb up high enough to clear these trees, which you can see them starting to get up high enough to get to the tops of the trees, and then they're going to stream away in this river of bats. And they stay tightly together like that, so when that hawk tries to catch one of them, it gets distracted and doesn't always get one. And they'll go get up, and you actually can see they start breaking off into groups downrange from here. So this is going to get more and more intense as they start, more and more bats start pouring out.
Folks, this is so exciting. You can actually, there's so many bats, you can actually feel the breeze from their wing beats. Now, I had mentioned earlier, Fran, that it's kind of aromatic here. It's a little bit more now.
Right, the vortex is swirling bats is actually creating an updraft, and they're actually to help lift the bats out of the sinkhole, but it brings out a little extra ambiance for us. So a little bit extra cave smell comes out with the bats.
Now, that was so exciting to see that Buteo fly across. Is that hawk going to try to grab these bats?
Right, actually the bats will get up a little bit higher up in the air so the hawks can dive down into them and be able to pull up after they grab a bat. So we'll have hawks grabbing bats overhead. We're going to have we can have some snakes and raccoons and skunks try to catch bats near the mouth of the cave.
Wow.
Sometimes they'll get knocked down on the ground if the wind starts picking up here as it gets darker and darker. So we're liable to see some snakes as well.
Oh, you know, and we've got, oh my gosh, folks, the bats are pouring right over our head. And we've got an amazing video of a coach whip snake eating a bat. Maybe we can go to that and share that with you folks.
Okay, you see the snakes right down near the mouth of the cave, and it's just sliding down. It's hearing the bats come out, and so now you can see the bats streaming out, and it's going to try to grab one of the bats as it goes by in the air. So we'll see it here in the video. Grab a bat any second. There, it's got it. So you can see, and they just swallow the bat. So.
And how big is a coach whip?
This coach whip is about 6 foot long, so they're very, this is a non-poisonous western coach whip, so they're native to this area, and we can have up to 4 or 5 of them at a time down near the mouth of the cave catching bats.
Wow, that's great. Now, the bats that are coming out, we mentioned before there are adults and the pups that are leaving the roost right now.
Right, yeah, we have the mommy bats and all the baby bats. Everybody's flying now, so they're all coming out to feed. And they're going to be heading out at least a 60-mile radius of here to catch bats, to catch insects that are out on these crops that we have in the area.
Wow, it's just like a tornado.
Right,
I mean, they're just
we can feel a little bit of breeze from the vortex as they swirl around. And it's just starting to get louder and louder as more and more bats come out. It actually almost sounds like a waterfall. They're so loud with all their wing beats.
It really does. And this will go on for up to 3 hours?
Right. This is keep on going. So it'll be well after dark, and they'll still be coming out.
It's just amazing. Oh my goodness. You know, folks, I promise you, we'll spend more time looking at the bats.